Hi everybody, welcome. It's Marcy Tilton. I'm in my studio and I'm working on a prototype for an upcoming pattern, and I wanted to show you some little tricks that might help you when you go to make it. It's pretty much a simple shirt, but the beauty of this is in the collar. So the collar it's in pieces, so you've got front, back, and the collar is asymmetrical. So on the right side, the collar is finished in two pieces, two layers. The top layer is actually a little longer than the bottom layer, and the top layer is single layer, so it's clean finished. You can see we've done a little mitered corner here. And then on the left side, the center left piece is separate, and so it layers on top of the rest of the collar. So let me show you how you're going to put it together. And the pattern pieces are my working pattern pieces. You're going to have pattern pieces from the pattern envelope, but I'm sure you'll get the idea. And for this version, I'm making it in a stripe, and I'm using different color stripes. So my technique is to pin whichever stripe I'm going to use on the collar piece itself. So when you start to make the collar, one of the first things you're going to do is you're going to clean finish this outer edge on the top collar piece. So this is the top right collar. Then what you're going to do is you're going to construct this little top left collar. So once again, how they relate on the garment is, here's the top right collar. So we're going to do that first. Then we're going to sew this little piece. Then we're going to put it all together. So once you've clean finished this edge, you're going to baste it. So you're going to attach it to the under collar piece, but you have to do it carefully so when you go to sew the rest of the collar, it doesn't get caught in. Okay? So you're going to baste that in place, leave a seam allowance here. Then you're going to sew the collar together and stitch it and finish it. And I pretty routinely on the under collar of any collar, I trim 1/8 of an inch on the back side of the collar so that it favors to the inside. And you'll notice here I've used no understitching. It's really not necessary. And interestingly, no interfacing. This is a shirting cotton. It's plenty fine on its own. Now, one little technique I will share with you that's pretty fun is how to get your corners to come out. And what I do is I'm using silk thread here because it's fine and thin, and I thread my needle right at the corner, and then you tease that corner out. Works like a charm. So I'll just leave that in there for now. Then when you go to sew, first you're going to sew this piece and baste it in place. And then you'll lay the rest of the collar on top of it. And when you go to sew, what you really want, you want this to be as straight a line as possible. So here's I'm single-handed here today, so bear with me. So on my shirt that I'm working on, when I go to put the collar in at the neckline, I want to be sure to snug my collar right up. This is facing my center front line, so that when it goes, I think it's going to go like this, yeah. So when it goes in place, I want to make sure that is snug in there to be wrapped around the facing. So I hope this helps you I had to kind of think my way through this, but I hope this helps you to see what a really pretty effect this collar creates. Here it is in another fabric and a cotton. So you can see there's that extra little piece. I've secured it with a bar tack. The top buttonhole is really optional. You don't really need it. You can eliminate that. So, no interfacing unless you really need it. No understitching. And I hope you enjoy working with and wearing this fabulous shirt. Happy sewing from my studio to yours.